I thought this time when I would be making this video, the Miami Heat would be up. Well, they're still up. I thought this series would be over. But I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as an objective fan and a lover of basketball, the Miami Heat are making a big and huge mistake by giving this Boston team any life. 151 times in NBA history has a team been up 3-0, and 151 times have they won. Can the Boston Celtics do this? So, Boston is shooting over 40% in their last two games from the 3-point line. They are making shots, they are knocking down shots. The one thing that was scary tonight that you really saw from the Boston Celtics is Jaylen Brown started to hit shots, which means he started to gain more confidence. Derek White went crazy, was a leading scorer, he hit over 5 threes. Marcus Smart pitching with a lot of threes. Just a great shooting game in back-to-back games. But the most impressive thing from them wasn't their shooting; it was their effort defensively. And the Boston Celtics team that you saw in the first three games, is not the Boston Celtics team you're now seeing. So this is why I'm saying the Miami Heat are making a huge, huge mistake by giving this team any life. And my lighting is terrible. We'll work on that. But they're making a huge mistake by giving this team any life. This team is definitely feeling good because when you know, and we all know, we didn't expect the Miami Heat to be up 3-0. Even as a Heat fan, if I said I expected them to be up 3-0, I was lying, right? So this is a scary situation. I trust Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat to make some smart adjustments and get ready for game 6. I've been tweeting can't be Heat in 6 without losing 2. So this is definitely something that gonna be tough, man. But Jason Tatum being aggressive, being able to fight down, taking advantage. The Boston Celtics on paper are just a better team. It's not even close. Reason why they were the second seed, and for a majority of the basketball year, they were the first seed. And the Miami Heat are the eighth seed. They really were a seventh seed, but they're eighth seed. It's the reason why. But the thing that I can't really get past in these last two games is just I don't know who this Jimmy Butler is. This passive Jimmy Butler. And it happened in the second half of last game. In the third quarter, Miami Heat have a lead, and Jimmy is like coasting, and then the Celtics go on their run, and then he decides he wants to start scoring. But it's too late then. In game one, we will need to in game six. Sorry, I said game one. In game six, you will need to see an aggressive Jimmy Butler out of the gate, the same way you've been getting an aggressive Jason Tatum and aggressive Jaylen Brown. Bam just needs to play efficient, good basketball. The Boston Celtics are something they've been doing all series is getting more offensive rebounds than Miami Heat, but it hasn't mattered because the Miami Heat haven't been able to have been knocking down 3-point shots. So it doesn't really matter. Tonight, the Miami Heat did go ahead and shoot 39% from the field, but the Boston Celtics are limiting the 3-point shots. They're putting a lot of ball pressure. The one thing I'm really disliking as a Miami Heat fan, all year long, I watch this offense really be slow and hard to get in. And you watch it at times throughout this postseason. They take a long time. They hold the ball often, and then they wait till it's like 10 seconds left in the clock to try and make a move. So they're going to have to get in their offensive sets a lot quicker, a lot faster. Max Strus is going to have to start hitting threes. We don't know what's going to happen with Gabe Vincent and his ankles. They say he'll be ready, but at the end of the day, it's an ankle injury, so it probably won't be the same. But they will need Jimmy Butler to be very aggressive, very, very aggressive off the bat, get some guys in foul trouble. He's going to have to be aggressive in order if the Miami Heat do want to win this series. It's going to be a very, very hard-fought game 6. Back-to-back blowouts. So the Boston Celtics are doing really good. Joe Mazzulla is doing really good. They're playing with a lot of energy, and mainly defensively. They're able to get some stops. Miami Heat have had careless turnovers. It's just balls dropping out of their hand. It's been very careless turnovers, which is something totally different. Kyle Lowry has literally stink since game 1. He's been terrible. So, got to find a way to have him be better. He has to be better for us. He's our championship pedigree. He's the only person who has won a championship on his roster, obviously outside of Udonis Haslam, but talking about significantly game playing time. We need him to be that floor general for that second unit. Caleb Martin needs to continue doing what he's doing. How can the Boston Celtics win this game? Boston Celtics can win this game by doing what they've been doing the last two games. Saying we are better than this team. We're just not playing with effort like they are. So they can't get out punked. They can't get out hustled. If they do that and they're keeping even kill, because let's be honest, on their best day and Miami's best day, they're better than Miami at the end of the day. And both of these teams have both of their best games that Boston Celtics should win. The ball pressure that they're applying and the ball movement. There was a lot of holding the ball, a lot of dribbles going down, but they're passing the ball a lot effectively. The zone did look like it worked for Eric Spoelstra in the second half a lot more, but you got to figure out a way. These dribble handoffs to the shooters has to be a different way because they're not able to fight through those screens as they used to. The dribble handoff with Bam, even though Bam is on a better screen set, is not working. I don't know if Bam is going to have to fake it a couple of times and go to get Al Horford and not show as much, but obviously it works better when they start making shots, but they're very limited in the three-point shots. Last game, the Heat shot under 30, and this game they shot under 30 again, while the Boston Celtics are shooting upwards of 35. And the reason why is because the dribble penetration to the basket is not working for the Miami Heat, which i.e. means Jimmy Butler is not being aggressive, and Bam can only do so much. And Caleb Martin, he does tend to hesitate for us, but he's doing a good job there. But Boston Celtics play their best game. He played best game. The Boston should win this. The Heat can't allow this game to go to 7. Because if you got that Garden, the Boston Garden, the Boston team, the TD Garden arena fans, they're going to go crazy. We need the Heat fans will need for them to live off of the energy of their fans. In game 4, the Heat were in command of that entire game until beginning of the third quarter. So the key for the Heat is to keep it close. Because if you keep it close, Boston, I don't think they have as much poise as the Miami Heat. So the Heat need to keep it close to make them start to. That's what you saw in those games in the fourth quarters when it got tight. The Boston Celtics, they started to fold. They started to make mental mistakes. You make them have to think. They kind of, pressure bust pipes and make diamonds. And a lot of times they were bursting pipes. These games that they won haven't been close, so you haven't put them in those situations. You're going to have to keep these games close. You have to not turn the ball over, and you're going to have to secure rebounds. That's what's going to have to happen. I don't think you start Kevin Love because he's just not effective. Especially like when we get the switches, Al Horford's guarding Bam. So everyone else, if Derek White's on you, Marcus Morris, you should be able to back him down in the post and get a floater, get a fadeaway jumper. And he's not doing that effectively. He's just a mismatch offense. I want to say you start Caleb Martin, but the thing is about starting Caleb Martin is who's going to give you that offensive presence off the bench. You saw some really good minutes from Haywood Highsmith, so I don't know if you insert him into the starting lineup for defensive purposes and the ability to shoot the corner threes. You might want to do that. That way you can still have that offensive power in Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson coming off the bench with Kyle Lowry being the floor general. I think you might want to do that. But this series is definitely going to be one for the ages. Game 6 might be one of the best games we're going to see. As a Heat fan, you see the D-Wade poster in the back. I hope we're able to get this one out because I think if it goes to 7, the Celtics are going to find a way to win it. You just got the Denver Nuggets just waiting. And both of these teams are definitely going to be tired. You have to go to Denver and play in that high altitude. So I think the Heat kind of made a mistake and gave them life. So I want to see what happens next game, man. Until next time, man, my name is Wayne. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.